Hello, good morning students. Today we are going to start lesson number 5 inside the atom. So first of all, we'll see what is an atom. Atom, it is the smallest indivisible particle of matter is called atom. So for example, if you take chalk and cut it into pieces, then finally, a stage comes when we are unable to divide that smallest particle again into two. That smallest particle is called an atom. So, atom consists of positively charged protons and negatively charged electrons and neutral neutrons. Now we'll see the examples. On the left hand side in the picture, we are going to see the molecule of water, that is H2O. This H2O water is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. It forms H2O. On the right hand side, oxygen molecule O2. It is made up of 2 atoms of oxygen. When they combine together, they form molecule of oxygen. Now we'll see what is meant by matter. Anything that has mass and volume is a matter. Atoms and molecules are a part of matter. Atom is the smallest part of the matter. It cannot be divided further. Now we'll see the table given on page number 28 in the textbook, that is types of substances. Now let's see the columns in the table. Name of substance, formula, smallest particle of the substance, that is an atom, is a molecule, single type of atoms in the molecule, different types of atoms in the molecule, type of matter, element or compound. Now first of all, we'll see the example, that is water. The formula is H2O. So here is an atom? No, because here hydrogen and oxygen, 2 types are there, therefore it is a molecule. Next, single type of atoms? No, put dash. The next, different types of atoms in the molecule? Yes, put tick mark. See the formula again. Here different types of atoms are there, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Then next, is it an element? No, put dash. And compound, put tick mark, because 2 types of elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, combined and they form compound water. Now next example is oxygen. Formula is O2. Is an atom? No, put dash. Is a molecule? Yes, put tick mark, because here see in the formula O2 is there, therefore it is a molecule. When 2 or more atoms combine, they form a molecule. Next, different types of atoms? No, only one single type of atom are there. The next, element? Yes, it is a element, only O is there, another substance is not there. The next one is helium. Formula is He. Means here only it is an atom. Is a molecule? No, put dash. Next, single type of atoms? Yes. Then next, different types, put dash. Then is it an element? Yes, put tick mark. He. Only one type of substance is there, therefore it is a element. Then next, we'll go towards hydrogen. The formula for hydrogen is H2. Is an atom? No, 2 is there, H2. Means 2 atoms of hydrogen are there, therefore it is a molecule. Single type of atoms in the molecule? Yes, only one type of atoms are there, that is of hydrogen. Then next, different types of atoms, put dash. And element, put tick mark, because it is a one type of substance is there, therefore it is a element. Next example is ammonia. Formula is NH3. So is an atom? No. Put dash. Is a molecule? Yes. Then next one is single type of atom. Put dash. Different types of atoms in the molecule? Yes. Put tick mark because different types of atoms are there, N and H. And then next element, put dash. Compound, put tick mark because here nitrogen and hydrogen they combine and they form compound ammonia. Ammonia is a compound. Now next example is of nitrogen, N2. So is an atom? Put dash. Is a molecule? Yes. Put tick mark because here nitrogen 2 is there. 2 atoms are there. The next single type of atom? Yes. Put tick mark. Different types of atoms? Put dash. Then is it element or compound? Yes. It is a element because one type of substance N is there. And compound, put dash. Then remaining examples, that is of methane, argon, neon, chlorine. So to try yourself and refer the above examples and complete the table. Indian philosopher Maharshi Kanad in 6th century BC stated that there is a limit to divide matter into small particles. He called these small particles as Parmanu. Next, Greek philosopher Democritus in the 5th century BC stated that matter is made of small particles and they cannot be divided. So in Greek language, atomos means the one which cannot be cut. So Democritus has given name to the smallest particle as atom. Dalton's atomic theory. British scientist John Dalton put forth in 1803 AD his celebrated atomic theory. According to this theory, matter is made of atoms and atoms are indivisible and indestructible, which we cannot destroy. All atoms of an element are alike, while different elements have different atom with different mass. Means atoms are indivisible and indestructible, that is cannot be divided further. Now we'll see the example. A bundi ladu is found to have an internal structure. It is formed by sticking smallest particles, the bundis, to each other. So however, the solid ball, broadly speaking, does not have any internal structure. The atom, as described by Dalton, turns out to be a hard, solid sphere with no internal structure. So Dalton's atomic theory states that the mass is distributed uniformly in an atom. Now next, the scientist J.J. Thomson demonstrated experimentally that the negatively charged particles inside an atom have a mass 1800 times less than a hydrogen atom. Later, these particles were named as electron. Common substances are usually electrically neutral. Obviously, the molecules of substances and the atom which combine chemically to form molecules are electrically neutral. Now we'll study about Thomson's plum pudding model of atom. The plum pudding means it is a sweet dish which is prepared while Christmas. So the plum pudding model of atom put forth by Thomson in the year 1904 is the first model of atomic structure. has resembled the atomic structure model with the plum pudding. According to this model, the positive charge is distributed throughout the atom and the negatively charged electrons are embedded in it. The distributed positive charge is balanced by the negative charge on the electrons. Therefore, the atom becomes electrically neutral. Rutherford's nuclear model of atom in the year 1911. Rutherford studied the inside of atom by his celebrated scattering experiment and put forth the nuclear model of atom in the year 1911. Rutherford took a very thin gold foil and bombarded it with positively charged alpha particles emitted by a radioactive element. He observed the path of alpha particles by means of a fluorescent screen around the gold foil. You can see in the picture that screen is made up of fluorescent screen. It was expected that the alpha particles would get reflected from the gold foil if the positively charged mass were evenly distributed inside the atoms. Unexpectedly, most of the alpha particles went straight through the foil. A small number of alpha particles get deflected, means turn back from the original path through a small angle. A still smaller number of alpha particles get deflected through a larger angle, and surprisingly, one alpha particle out of 20,000 bounced back in the direction opposite to the original path. You can see in the picture. The large number of the alpha particles that went straight through the foil indicates that there was no obstacle in their path. Therefore, they went straight. It means that there must be mainly an empty space inside the atoms in the solid gold foil. The small number of alpha particles that get deflected through a small or a big angle must have faced an obstacle in their path. It means that the positively charged and heavy part causing obstruction would be in the center of the atom. From this, Rutherford put forth a nuclear model for atoms. Now, the postulates of Rutherford's theory. First one, there is a positively charged nucleus at center of an atom. Second point, almost the entire mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. Third point, negatively charged particles called electrons revolve around the nucleus. Fourth point, the total negative charge on all the electron is equal to the positive charge on the nucleus. Means the positive charge is equal to the negative charge. As the opposite charges are balanced, the atom is electrically neutral. There is an empty space between the revolving electron and the atomic nucleus. Now, we'll see the use your brain power questions. Which discovery did point out that an atom has internal structure? The answer is Thomson's atomic model discovered that an atom has internal structure. Now next, what is the difference between the solid atom in Dalton's atomic theory and Thomson's atomic model? Dalton's atomic theory explains atom is a hard sphere, while Thomson's atomic theory explains that atom has plum pudding model. Now next, explain the difference between the distribution of positive charge in Thomson's atomic model and Rutherford's atomic model. In Thomson's model, positive charge is distributed, and in Rutherford's model, positive charge is in the nucleus. Next, what is the point difference between the place of electron in the atomic model of Thomson and Rutherford? In Thomson's model, electrons are embedded in positive charge, while in Rutherford's model, electrons revolve around the nucleus. What is the thing which is present in Rutherford's atomic model and not present in Dalton's and Thomson's atomic model? Rutherford explained empty space between electrons and nucleus, which is not given by Thomson's and Dalton's atomic model. Bohr's stable atomic model. So, in the year 1913, Danish scientist Niels Bohr explained the stability of atom by putting forth stable orbit atomic model. The important postulates of Bohr's atomic model are as follows. The first one, the electrons revolving around the atomic nucleus lie in the concentric circular orbit at certain distance from the nucleus. Means the electrons revolve in a specific orbit around the nucleus. Second point, energy of an electron is constant while it is in a particular orbit. The energy of electron in a particular orbit remains the same. The third point, when an electron jumps from an inner orbit to an outer orbit, it absorbs energy. See, from inner to outer, it absorbs energy, and which is equal to the difference of its energy level. And when it jumps from an outer orbit to an inner orbit, it emits energy. Means when it jumps from outer to inner orbit, it gives out energy, and that is equal to the difference of its energy level. These are the postulates of Bohr's atomic orbit model. Bohr has called the orbits as shell. So, after nucleus, he has explained that there are 4 shells. So, after the nucleus, the first shell is K. He named K. The second shell is named as L, and third shell is named as M, and the fourth shell is named as N. So, the electrons revolve around the nucleus in these shells K, L, M and N. Some more atomic models were put forth after Bohr's atomic model. So, atomic structure was studied at depth with the advent of a new branch of science called quantum mechanics. Now, we'll see the fundamental principles of atomic structure. Atomic structure. An atom is formed from the nucleus and the extranuclear part. Nucleus. The atomic nucleus is positively charged. Almost entire mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. The mass of the atom is where it is concentrated? In the nucleus. The nucleus contains 2 types of subatomic particles together called nucleons. Protons and neutrons are the 2 types of nucleons. So, in the nucleus, which atoms are present? Subatomic particles, nucleons. And these subatomic particles are protons and neutrons. Next, proton. Proton is a positively charged subatomic particle in the atomic nucleus. The positive charge on the nucleus is due to the proton in it. A proton is represented by the symbol small p. Each proton carries a positive charge of plus 1 e. 1 e means 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. When total positive charge on the nucleus is expressed in the unit E, its magnitude is equal to the number of protons in the nucleus. The number of protons in the nucleus of an atom is the atomic number of that element and is denoted by the symbol Z. So what is meant by atomic number? The number of protons in the nucleus of an atom. The number of protons in the nucleus, they are considered as the atomic number of that element, and atomic number is denoted by the symbol Z. Now next, neutron. Neutron is an electrically neutral subatomic particle and is denoted by the symbol small n. And the number of neutrons in the nucleus is denoted by the symbol capital N. Atomic nuclei of all the elements except hydrogen with atomic mass 1U contain neutrons. The mass of a neutron is approximately 1U, which is almost equal to that of a proton. So, next, extranuclear part. The extranuclear part in the atomic structure includes electrons revolving around the nucleus and the empty space in between the nucleus and the electron. Electron is a negatively charged subatomic particle and is denoted by the symbol E, small e. Each electron carries 1 unit of negative charge, that is minus 1 e. Mass of an electron is 1800 times less than that of a hydrogen atom. Therefore, the mass of an electron can be treated as negligible. Means the mass of electron is very less. Therefore, it is negligible. Therefore, only the mass of the proton and neutron is considered, so that the mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. Electron in the extranuclear part revolve in the discrete orbits around the nucleus. The orbits being three-dimensional in nature, a term shell is used instead of the term orbit. Instead of orbit, the term shell is used because the orbits are three-dimensional in nature. The energy of an electron is determined by the shell in which it is present. The number of electrons in the extranuclear part is equal to the number of protons in the nucleus. Therefore, electrical charges are balanced and the atom is electrically neutral. Now understood, students, why atom is electrically neutral? Because the number of protons which are positively charged and the number of electrons which are negatively charged, both are equal. Therefore, the net result is neutral, that is 0. Therefore, the atom is electrically neutral. Atomic mass number. The total number of protons and neutrons in an atom is the atomic mass number of that element. Means total number of protons plus neutron, P plus N, that is equal to atomic mass number. And this atomic mass number is denoted by the symbol A. Now we'll see that how the atomic mass number and atomic number are represented symbolically. So for example, carbon. So you can see in carbon, that is at the top before the symbol it is written 12, means it is the atomic mass number. And the atom at the bottom it is written 6, means 6 is the atomic number. Always atomic number is written at the bottom before the symbol, and atomic mass number is written at the top before the symbol. So in carbon the atomic number is 6, means the number of protons are 6, and already we know that the number of protons are equal to number of electrons. Therefore in carbon electrons are how many? 6, and the atomic mass number is 12. So from this we can find out the number of neutron, that is 12 minus 6 is equal to 6, means the number of neutrons are 6. Carbon contain 6 protons, 6 neutrons and 6 electrons. I hope you have understood the topic. So for better understanding, read the topic once again and do the given homework.